2012 called They Want Their Movie Back. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we are taking a look at The Uglies, or Uglies, which is a new Netflix movie which has recently come out. I'm a little bit late to the party. I'm always late. I'm late to fucking everything. It's like my whole brand. I should probably make a fucking brand thing with, like, I'm sorry I'm late. Like, because I am literally late to everything. That is kind of my shtick. I'm never on time to anything. I'm always late. Even with TikTok trends, most YouTube videos, I'm late to the party most of the time. So, you know what? It's pretty on brand that we're pretty late to this. But this movie is very much along the lines of Hunger Games, The Maze Runner, a sort of teen dystopian style movie. And I absolutely love Maze Runner, I absolutely love Hunger Games, and I was planning on reviewing both of those series on the channel, so if you do want me to review all of the Hunger Games and review all of the Maze Runner, please do let me know down in the comments below. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So The Uglies is a 2020 drama which is 1 hour and 42 minutes. It has a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb and a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's actually quite low. I don't know why people hate this so much, but you can watch this exclusively on Netflix. And in a futuristic dystopia where enforced beauty standards, a teen awaiting mandatory cosmetic surgery embarks on a journey to find her missing friend. So how this movie actually starts is with a little bit of exposition, a little bit of monologuing, a little bit of a character explaining the rules of the world, which is the people that destroyed the Earth. Us, right now, watching this movie, we are obsessed with fossil fuels, and we destroyed the Earth. Scientists in the future make a flower which sucks up all the sort of unbreathable air and makes power for their city. And there's war because people are ugly, so they decide to do this drastic sort of beauty standard which makes everybody beautiful and gets rid of all the hatred, all the upset, and all the bad human emotions, and it is called the Pretties. However, you can only take it once you are older than 16, so before then you are less than and you are an ugly. And the main ugly is Joey King, and she has a best friend, John B. John B has a birthday, and he gets made pretty. He promises to see her in a month, and he promises to keep the scar. He doesn't show up that month later, and she breaks into the main city and finds that he didn't keep his scar, and that he is very different. She then goes back to her dorms and lives her life, but she makes a new friend who teaches her how to hoverboard. Joey is extremely excited to be pretty, extremely excited to get her surgery and to join the city, and her friend is like, nah, I'm not doing that, I'm gonna go with Max. I don't remember his name, I just know it begins with an M, I'm gonna call him Max. And, go live in the smoke, which is a rebel camp, and she disappears. Joey is then not allowed to do her surgery until she finds Max. So Joey goes on this giant journey to find Max, and she said that Max is harboring a weapon that could destroy the city, and that her friend was in danger. She then goes to the camp, saves her friend who's about to die in a fire, and joins the camp, joins up, and she starts to learn to love it there. She starts to learn to accept herself, and she's beautiful the way she is. She doesn't need to be changed. She's perfect, and everyone likes her for who she is. She helps out around the camp and befriends everybody. One guy deeply distrusts her, but, gets on with it and gets told to shut the fuck up. Then John B actually got a double upgrade, and then becomes like a super soldier and kills like half the people in the camp, destroys the camp, kidnaps most of the camp to take back to be turned pretty. Joey King and Max manage to escape. They then rush the capital and free all their friends, their mum, and only Joey's new friend got turned pretty, and they then escape. They then get what they need to make the sort of serum to make everybody ugly again. And to stop the brainwashing that's happening when they get turned pretty. The pretty friend doesn't actually want to be ugly again, and she just likes to be pretty. Joey then gives herself up to earn the trust of the characters back, and she says she'll get turned pretty, so then you can test her on the sort of ugly serum to try and make her back to who she is. and see if it works or not. It's very dangerous, and they don't know if it'll work, but anyway, they try it, and she gets turned pretty, and she keeps her scar, so we know that she's still herself, and that's where the movie ends. I don't think we'll get into number 2, because I definitely think this movie underperformed, but it definitely feels like a really good dystopian movie. And I feel like this shit would have banged, this shit would have popped off back in 2012, 2014, 2016, when the Hunger Games, when like Mockingjay and all those were the biggest movies out there, when we was all on about this dystopian future, this teen dystopian movie franchises, when they were all the rage, I would have expected this to pop off. But we're sort of beyond that, and we're sort of way too far into the future to, you know, still be hung up on this sort of stuff. I feel like this is a little bit in the past and could have been done a little bit better. I like the story, I like the ideals, I hope that we could have got more, you know, from this universe, but I don't think we will. I'm gonna be honest, I think this movie is where this movie ends. Joey King is an incredible actor. John B., I know that's not his real name, I don't know his real name, but John B. is an incredible actor, and they both did really good in this movie. I was actually really upset when John B. died in this movie, although I don't think he's fully dead. We never saw a body, we never saw him actually die, he just fell off a cliff, so obviously he's going to come back in the second one, if there ever was a second one. This was based off a book, and again, it does feel like Netflix is late to the party quite often when it comes to movies like these, and they don't capitalize on stuff when it's happening. I'm going to be honest, Netflix are a little bit like me. This movie is a little bit like me. Late to the party, late to see things through, and I'm going to be honest, it is like 10 years late to the sort of dystopian teen movie franchise, but the dystopian teen movies still fucking slap. I can stick on the Hunger Games, and the Hunger Games are movies that I can watch over and over and over again. And if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know that I don't rewatch movies over and over and over again. They have to be good fucking movies for me to want to watch them over and over and over again. I struggle with rewatching movies because I know what happens, they're predictable, and I feel like I'm wasting my time watching movies. But if they're good, I can watch them countless times and not give a shit. Like, there is very few movies which I can do that with, and The Hunger Games are some of those movies. This probably won't make it into that category, but it's very close because it does give me that Hunger Games vibe. It does give me that sort of nostalgia for this sort of theme, this brand of film, and I just wish it did better than what it did. I just wish it did so much better, because you can tell that there was a lot of effort put into this. Some of the CGI did look quite shit, like when they were flying on the hoverboards. That didn't look the best. It did look quite mid, but overall, the movie was still good. The story was strong, and it was a very creative use of the beauty standards that we have, and especially nowadays time with everybody being on social media, everybody comparing themselves to models, and everyone wishing that they looked better, and the age of filters where people don't actually look like how they do when they post pictures online. They reshape themselves with AI, they reshape themselves with photo editing and Photoshop, and just make themselves a lot prettier online and a lot more handsome. And with an age where everybody's obsessed with how people look, this movie is really good, has a really good message that you're beautiful just the way you are, you're perfect just the way you are, and it feels like a Black Mirror where they take a pretty serious topic, but they make it extreme and just push it to the edge, and push it as far as they can, and see where they can get it. See how far they can push it, how far they can get it, and I really like this one. This one is really fucking good, and honestly, it's a 9 out of 10. It is close to like 10 out of 10. Like I said, it's not something I could watch over and over and over again, but it's very fucking close. It is really close to that mark, so I feel like a 9 out of 10 is pretty solid for this movie. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. I hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye, stay home and stay safe. If you do want me to review any other movies, TV shows, or animes, please do leave it down in the comments below, and I'll get on it as quickly as possible. Like I said, I do want to review Maze Runner and The Hunger Games, so if that is something that you are interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel, and also let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.